What's going on, guys? Welcome back, episode 83. Good morning, evening, afternoon. Thanks for being here. So, I'm going to preface this episode by saying, actually, hold on. Let's freeze frame it right here. So, on this, let me extend that out. Okay. So, on this day, I was waiting for one of these incline benches. That's how I like to do my shoulder press. The little 90-degree one only stops at like my middle back, so I don't really like curling over that to try. It's just weird. So I wanted to use the incline bench. Well, this one in specific, I was waiting for a couple minutes, and the guy was getting up. I asked him, if he was all done. He said this other guy had been waiting, so I'm like, all right, whatever. So the other guy goes. And I'm waiting for 20 minutes for an incline bench. So I'm standing in between them, and because there's a flat bench in between the two incline benches. The one to my left was some high school kids, and their friends came up and they started working in. So then now they're all just at this bench talking and doing whatever. The guy on the right that got the incline bench before me, in about 15 minutes, he did about 3 sets, and he was shopping for watches on his phone. So I'm standing there like sweating, like tingling all over. I got my pre-workout going. I already did my little cardio before, like my 5-10 minute warm-up, I stretched, so I'm like ready to go. And then so I'm waiting on this dude, and then as soon as he goes to get up from the bench, this other dude comes over and he was like, "Oh, no, I was waiting." To me, after the guy looked at me and was like, "Oh, you're waiting, right? Like, go ahead, it's all you, I'm done." This other guy was like, "Oh, no, I seen you there, I was waiting longer." So, naturally, I looked at him and I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about, dude? Nah, like, I've been waiting here for at least 20 minutes for this one bench. Like, you're not about to tell me you've been waiting longer than me." He's like, "I saw you sitting there." I was like, "You saw me waiting then. So, either kick fucking rocks or kick fucking rocks, dude, because I'm about to lift right here. If you want to work in, that's fine, but I'm lifting on this bench right now." And then the dude was like, "All right, whatever." I'm like, "You want to work in or not?" He's like, "Nah, whatever." "All right, whatever." So then I was already pissed off looking at this other dude shopping for watches on his phone or whatever. So I sat down. I got the 65s, which the guy that was waiting on his phone was doing. I got that for a quick set of like 10. Went straight 65s, 80s, 105s. Why? I have no clue. And why did I start doing lateral raises in between? I have no clue. I shouldn't have been doing any of that crap. That's why you can't let your emotions get the best of you. But that one dude that wanted to come up and try and put his hand on my chest and be like, "No, I've been waiting longer," I was fucking mad. So, that's where we find ourselves in the beginning of this. So we will resume now. Yeah, okay, let's go. But yeah, so that started off this push workout. As it was, I was going to go military press and then go over to the Smith machine barbell, the Smith machine incline, for some chest work. But then I was like, man, I've been waiting for this bench for so long. Let me just fucking start doing shit, Let me just do stuff on here. So I don't know, I grabbed the 27.5s, I started doing lateral raises. After I did the 80s when I was still building up. Just throwing my ATP in the trash, bro. So, okay, it gets better though, it gets better. And I do apologize, the first scene was all yellowy. Now we're back at like our normal kind of white glow. I was messing with some camera settings this workout to see which ones I like the best. And as you'll see, we do have some good progression. But I was going super fast. Look at, I get the 105s and look, dumbass. Look at me trying to squeeze these up after like no warm up. Didn't even grease the fucking bearings on my shoulders. So I barely get it all the way to the top. I get one, and I'm like, nah. Plus I adjusted the seat right there, so I was just like slipping off. Right there in my head, I'm like, you fucking dumbass, what are you doing, dude? So yeah, I let my emotions get the best of me. I was a little upset. And then I go back down to the 85s and I can't do them for shit. So, let me see. Let me zoom. There we go. Two zoom. Okay. But yeah, so this is after. Now I'm having a hard time even getting the 85s up because my shoulder's already fucking shot at this point. When I'm like 2 sets into my workout because I'm an idiot. So, all in all, pretty cool. Man. So yeah, it was rough sledding after that. But then after that, I didn't want to do the Smith machine barbell because then I was like, my shoulders are all sore already. But I mean, all in all, we ended up having a good workout. This is the 85s again. So we try and just give them their own set. And still not a great set, but oh well, we'll take it. But yeah, geez. I mean, me personally, I feel revitalized going back into the gym right now. I feel like I had, you know, time to shake everything off and like I'm revitalized. I feel like a fresh, nice, deep breath of air. You know, has been just kind of a little weight lifted off my shoulders. I don't know. But because of that, I've been able to lift a lot more freely and with a lot more intensity and energy. Maybe it's the push-pull legs. Maybe it is. But even with only, you know, pretty much one off day a week, which today's my off day. I started off by having 6 eggs and 1.5 New York strips. I'm going to have the other 1.5 tomorrow with some more eggs. But yeah, we go over to this, the decline hammer strength press. Because the Smith machine was taken and I didn't want to wait for it, and I thought it would have been a bad idea to try and hit some incline bench anyways. So this is one of the clips I was talking about, how it's all dark. Now bear with me now. I did change up the settings for this one. I gotta figure out exactly what they were, because I just pressed the background blur button and sometimes it'll just change up all the lighting settings when I do that. And that's the only difference that there was. But hear me out. Think of how nice this is gonna be for some YouTube shorts. So if I start filming stuff like that, I mean, I could have gone back and tried to adjust some of this stuff for the video for you guys, but I wanted you guys to kind of see my thought process, you know? Right here, it's not as like white and bright as it was before. This is like a, I don't know, like a dimmer light setting, which is still nice, you know? It's nice, the colors pop. The other one, I think it's just the way I do it normally, is just too white exposure, like, you know? Gym videos mostly have like that dim sort of lighting like it had a couple of seconds ago on the last set, where it was all dark, and that intensity is going to be really good for like YouTube shorts and for doing things like that and kind of commanding a more, you know, daunting impression. So I think I'm going to start to use that kind of setting, or those kind of settings, when I'm like maxing out bench or maxing out squat, something like that, doing like a really hard heavy lift. And then I feel like that with like the dramatic lighting, maybe hitting it slow-mo, a little dramatic song in the background, I think that shit would pop. So I'm still having fun and getting used to like the different editing, you know, styles and techniques. But I think that it's a really cool concept that if I change the settings on my camera, then I don't have to edit it all up all crazy later. I can just kind of have, you know, have that set the tone. And then I did do more pec deck flies right here, but it was kind of a weird setup. The lady in the background right there on the left, not that I like to call people out, but the guy that was on here before me was like, oh, like this lady was gonna come back, she went to go use the restroom. He's like, but I'm done though, she's been in the restroom for a while, so if you want to hop on, hop on. So he left, and then she came up and was like, oh, hey, I'm on this, like, your friend. And I was like, he's not really my friend, like, I don't really know the guy. And she's like, well, whatever, like, just finish up and then let me know when you're done. So then she was kind of walking around, and then I didn't really, I wanted to be respectful, and I didn't really want to take up too much of her time. I was happy that I got to slide in, do some sets. So I did like 3 sets right there, but I filmed 2, but one of them, my memory got full or something like that, so it cut off. So it wasn't even worth keeping, but I just had the one on there. So then we actually do triceps on this push day, because I know on the last push day we forgot about triceps because we were pressed for time. But on these, you get, so I told you guys I've been doing my research on everything, and the long head of the tricep, which is the one that is all the way in the back. Let's see, this one right here. I don't have the best lighting on, but you get me. That one gets most activation from over the head because it passes through the, not just the elbow joint, which your tricep is used for elbow flexion. So you have your short head, which is gonna make this little top half part, the medium head, which is just kind of the meaty thickness, and then the long head that finishes out the horseshoe in the back. So that long head is the only tricep muscle that passes through both your elbow joint and your shoulder joint. So because it passes through the shoulder joint, having it back like that and doing the exercise like that actually gets that stretch in the long head, which it doesn't really get stimulated if you just do normal push downs or press downs. So we're opting to do these a lot more just out of efficiency. I know the long head's not the most important of the triceps, they're all important, but it's hard to get that stimulated without doing any sort of overhead movements that are going to put your wrist behind your shoulders. So you can do skull crushers and things like that. I just like the resistance of the cable, and I like that I try and pull it all the way down to get that full stretch and then push it all the way up. Yeah, there's some belly hanging out there, but deal with it. On this one too, I think I went full stack, and then once we were done with the full stack, then I moved it back up to, I think, like half the stack or something like that. Oh, and look at, I pressed the defocus background button too, and the same thing happened except more dramatically down. So I could definitely switch it up, but like I said, I want you guys to see what I'm seeing so we can work through this process together, you know? It's gonna take a community to build this page, and you know, I think it'll be a fun experiment. So I'd like your guys' advice. If you guys edit videos, man, like, let's have some fun with it, you know? I think this will be a good experience for me either way. So either I get to put out my videos or I get to spice it up and still put out my videos. So I'm gonna have a good time either way. But I think that dramatic light setting, just let me see what happens if I press it right now. Background defocus. Oh, okay. So it does it again. Not bad. Okay, now we know. We want dramatic light setting, we press that button. So now I go back to lateral raises, which I should have never done earlier, but at this point I didn't really focus on my chest too much. So next push workout devoted to chest, which is actually tomorrow. So, but all in all, I think that my upper body is looking a lot more like beefed up. So from that regard, I have no complaints. I think that my traps are doing a nice job. I've been doing those little the ones on the cables, bro. I'm loving those. Those are feeling so nice. But yeah, I'm noticing, I don't know if you can see it, but in my right arm for sure, which is on the left side of the screen, I'm getting that shoulder separation of my front delt, my middle delt when I'm doing my lateral raises. So like right here, there's like a little separation. Gotta keep them separated. But like that, I think is really dope. Because I think it shows that my shoulders are really getting beefed up. So I'm getting excited about that. You can see it whenever I drop the weights down, you know? And you can see that split between my anterior deltoid and my middle deltoid. So yeah, those are really nice. I've been having just so much fun, man, getting back into it. So today's the 2nd. I have plans on how I want to look by the end of the month, but numbers wise, I still can't put anything down because the in-body's still broken. So I think tentatively, we'll say on the military press, which I should have gotten more than just that one rep of 105, but I didn't warm up right. Let's say by the end of the month, let's put on let's put on 10 pounds on that. Let's do the 115s for 3. 115s for 3. I think that's a solid number. We might even be able to push it to the 120s with how everything's being activated right now. But we'll keep it a little bit more reserved and just go for some strength goals this month. So that'll be our first one starting out. So we'll do one for each body part. Not each one, like I don't really have a calf, one. But I have been hitting calves on my leg days and they've been feeling solid. I've been having a good time. But yeah, I think we got loads of fun coming up this month, including like the editing and different things, different styles. On these two, on the lateral raise, you can see right here I'm trying to go at like a 45-degree angle a little bit more. But it was already closer towards the end of the workout, but one thing I would tell myself if I was right there trying to coach myself is just to control the negative a little bit more. Get that eccentric work. But my shoulders were already pretty blasted. I was getting tired. Anywho, I appreciate you guys for being here. And I'm going to catch you in the next episode, which I'll hopefully have some time to get done right now. Right after this one. But I hope you did something nice for someone today. I hope someone did something nice for you, even if that's yourself, because you deserve it. I hope good things come your way. I hope you go to the gym, drink your water, and have a great day, man. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. Peace.